People love hummingbirds and they love having them in their yards. Hopefully you have not taken your hummingbird feeder down yet, because now is prime time for them to get fed as they get ready to head south. Amy Dismukes with the UT-TSU Extension Service has got some great tips today on attracting hummingbirds to your yard this fall.
That's right. Hummingbirds, as we most know, they like those tubular flowers, similar to something like this Ruellia. This is just something that grows very easily in most gardens and landscapes in Tennessee. We've also got a couple of others. This is a nice late blooming salvia. This is the black and blue, or the anise salvia. It's got these nice little pretty shaped flowers as well. Most folks kind of think that they have to be red flowers,
right,
which is actually not quite true. Hummingbirds like any tubular shaped flower.
So it's the shape they're looking for.
It's more the shape. Now they are attracted to red, which is why you see most of these hummingbird feeders always have red on them.
Yes.
But I guess the false myth would be that they need the red sugar water.
Right, because you said that's really pretty dangerous. You don't want that.
It is. It's an additive. It's a color. So it's basically, they put preservative and coloring in there, when in reality all they need is a very light sugar nectar source.
A sugar nectar source like this one. You can buy them, but you can make your own, and there's all kinds of recipes for the nectar on websites that you can find. I think it's, 4 parts sugar to 1 part water.
That's right.
Something like that, and they love and will come to that. Now the hummingbird feeders is so interesting about how they like to feed. You like this one. Why? Tell me.
I do like this because the little ladies that come to my yard, right now I've got lots of female ruby-throated hummingbirds. I've noticed they need a place to perch.
Yes.
Because they are moving very, very fast, up to 80 beats per second on those wings, and so sometimes they do need a little break. And if you don't have any rest time, they need something to perch on.
Yes.
So they will actually sit, perch, and feed for a while.
Right.
So I like these guys, and I also like it because it's got this nice ant moat already built on.
Yeah, because ants will definitely want to get into that water if you're not careful.
They will. I have been really successful with this guy. I have not had any insects in my actual solution because they can crawl down into the feeding tubes.
Okay, so you definitely want to make sure you got one, if you can, that has the little
and you
moat.
can buy these ant moats separately as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. Now, how much water do you want to give them? Do you fill it up all the way? Are they thirsty?
They are very thirsty, and you'll notice if you have a lot of hummingbirds that they will suck your feeder dry. I usually just keep an eye on it, and I always keep it at least half, if not 3/4 full.
The fascinating things about these little guys is, of course, we see them twice a year mostly. And you tell me, spring for why?
Spring, they're heading back. They're coming down because it's getting nice and cool, and it's basically, Tennessee is just a really nice place for them in the spring.
Yeah.
Normally, when you start to see the red buckeye trees bloom, start expecting the hummingbirds to come on through.
Okay.
And then again in October, they're generally they're getting ready to head south. So they are feeding, and that is pretty much when we need a really heavy nectar supply plants or sources for them, because they need lots of energy.
We've seen some flying around this TSU demonstration garden here at the Egg Demonstration Garden, and they're so fascinating to watch. Their little wings beat like, what, 80?
It's up to 80 beats per second.
80 beats per second, and they're fascinating to watch. We love them, and we want to help them as they get ready to head south. They've got to get all fed and drink lots of food and water. So we're going to make sure that we put the link to Amy has written a great article called Help a Hummer Out, right?
Yeah.
As they get ready to head south, and you're going to go find that at the Brentwood homepage?
You can find it on the Brentwood, the Spring Hill, the Nolensville, or the Franklin homepage.
Fantastic. We'll make sure we put a link to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to seeing our little hummingbirds next spring after we
right.
feed them this fall.
I love seeing them. A couple of times I've had hibiscus plants on my back deck when the neighbors used to have a hummingbird feeder, and they would come in and watch that and feed off of the plant.
Nice.
And it was very cool to see.
Yeah, I love them too. They're really fun. Great information.